What's up, my yogi friends? Welcome. Namaste. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Tina Diana Yoga. In today's practice, it's going to be all about cultivating a healthy posture. So we'll work on awakening and strengthening our legs, awakening and strengthening our core, which is actually our entire torso, including our back muscles, and using that strong foundation to really begin to open up across the chest and the collarbones and counter all of that slouching and hunching of our modern lives. So we will get started in standing top of the mat, and I should mention a block could come in handy today, a block or a block substitute. So if you have a heavy book, maybe an encyclopedia or something lying around, you can use that. If you don't have a block or a block substitute, no worries, won't need one really that bad today. So you can place your block or block substitute top of your mat and then come up to stand. So standing top of the mat, feet hips width, maybe even a touch wider, and then just let your arms come by the sides. So we're just allowing ourselves to ground here in Tadasana. Really beginning to focus our energy into the room where we're practicing, into our physical bodies, and just noticing how your body is landing here in your stance. How is the weight distributed across the feet? How do the legs feel? What's the integrity of the spinal cord? And see if you can begin to even out the weight in the feet. Firm up the legs a touch. And find even a little slight lift of the ribs up off the waist, a little opening across the chest, so you're dropping your shoulders down and back ever so slightly. Finding a lift up through the crown, length through the back of the neck. Standing tall, standing proud. And find a little drawing in of the belly and a lengthening of the tail down the legs. Nice and connected to your center there. We begin our time with one Om, just to gather our energies. And take a deep breath in. From here, you can flutter your eyes open. Breathe in to circle your arms up by your ears. Grab opposite elbows here. This should feel really good in the triceps. Nice little tricep stretch. And see if you can lean back a little bit, head into the forearms, but keeping the chin level, keeping the belly drawing in, knitting in the low ribs. And then you can arch a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. You might get the hips involved as you arch to the right. The hips jut over to the right as well. And then arching, forearms to the left, hips to the left, and then you can keep it going. Letting it be almost like this little dance. You might even lift the toes up off the earth, get some lightness there. And deepen into the breath. Good. From here, you're going to travel back to center. Take a deep breath in. So you breathe out, circle the arms back behind you, interlace the hands, and release the index fingers so there's like some extra weight there, some extra drippage, if you will, as you gather the belly in, draw the tail down the legs, and then allow the hands to get weighty. Naturally, externally rotating the shoulders here and opening across the collarbones. Not letting your head crank back too much or forward too much, keeping back of the neck pretty long. So it's really subtle, but you feel deep that opening across the front body. And take a deep breath in here. As you breathe out, start bending the knees, but keep that openness across the chest as you drift your sit bones back, heart forward, and then begin to drop the head. You can keep a little bend in the knees to start. Just focus first on dropping the head, so lengthening the back of the neck. Allow the arms to go into extension. And then you can begin to press the thighs back, feeling more feels in the back of the legs. Allow the torso to get really heavy, thinking of the energy of a waterfall dripping down. See if you can tap into that Ujjayi breath here, slight whisper back of the throat. And then release the palms down to the ground. Ooh. Bring your feet pretty wide here, probably about as wide as your mat. Drop your sit bones down, come into sort of a loose squat here. Grab your block substitute if you have one. If not, again, no problemo. Drop your sit bones down. Keep your block somewhere close to the center of your mat. And then you're going to roll on down to lie on your back. Take a moment to hug your knees in towards your chest. You can rock a little side to side. And then drop the soles of the feet down to the ground. Feet are hips width. Make sure you can touch your heels with your fingertips. You can grab your block or your block substitute, place it between your inner thighs there. Squeeze the block with your inner thighs, right? So your knees are over the ankles. Everything is squeezing in. And then from here, draw the belly down, again, lengthening the tail. And then as you breathe in, lift the hips up. So even if you don't have this block between the thighs, imagine that you do, right? Gathering everything into center, activating your inner and your outer thighs. And then breathe out to drop your sit bones down. Draw the belly down, lengthen the tail. Inhale to lift the hips. This time you can lift the arms as well by the ears. And then breathe out, drop the sit bones, arms back by the sides. Let's take that a few more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, slowly lower. 2 more here. Good, and then grab that block from between the thighs. Bring the block in between the hands. So the hands are pressing onto the shorter side of the block. You're going to stretch the arms long by the ears. Bring the thighs in here towards the chest. Breathe out to curl up. See if you can reach your block towards the top of your mat. Arms framing the legs. Forehead towards the knees. Then as you inhale, arms overhead, lengthen the legs out in front of you, big toes touch, flare the toes, see if you can hover Ardha Navasana. Breathe out, curl it in, even a little lift of the tail, scooping up of the lower abdomen, and then inhale to lengthen. Slow and steady, we have a handful more. Take it at your own pace. If you do have a block, keep squeezing it with the palms. Last 2. All right. Hug the knees into the chest. That one you feel right away, at least I do. Grab underneath your knees. And here you can cross the ankles. You can do rock and roll a little bit. Take your time. So just rocking and rolling along the spine. Eventually you'll come up to seated. Bring your block to the side. And then we'll meet in a tabletop here for some cat-cow. So organizing the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees. Point the toes back behind you, really anchor through the toenails there and the dorsal side of the foot. Palms wide, index fingers face forward. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the crown and the tail. And then breathe out, press the finger pads and the tops of the feet into the ground as you hollow out through the belly, drawing the chin in towards the chest. Inhale to drop the belly, find that nice little arch cow. Breathe out, draw the belly in, dome it for cat. Take 2 more right here. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale for cat. Lift the spine up towards the ceiling, and then rock your seat back towards your heels. Drop your forehead, child's pose here. Lift your head. On the inhale, you're going to slither yourself forward into a little belly shavasana moment. Cactus your arms here, or tee them. Right, so I'm going to go with the cactus today. I find, at least in my body, cactusing the arms allows for a little bit of a deeper sensation in the shoulders. So we're going to stretch our shoulders here. So you're going to tense your right fingertips out to the right. And then I have a battery pack on my left hip, so I'm going to just navigate as you roll over onto the left hip. You can bring the right leg back behind you, even the sole of the right foot on the ground. See if you can drop your left temple to the earth. You might even, if it's not touching, bring your left temple onto that block or book or whatever you have. Breathe into the left shoulder. And gently bring it back to center. Cactus the arms. Tense your left fingertips. And then roll over onto your right hip. You can swing the left leg back behind you. Drop your right temple down. You can even wiggle those left fingertips a little bit closer in towards your chest and breathe deep into the right shoulder. See if you can release the jaw, place between the eyebrows. And then roll back onto your belly. Bring your big toes to touch. Interlace the hands behind your back. See if you can release your index finger. You want to turn the pinky toe side of the foot down. Find a little lift through the inner thighs. Draw the chin in. And then inhale, plant the belly, lift the head and the chest. You want to keep the back of the neck long here. You want to recruit your mid-back and your upper back as you lift the arms to lift your whole torso up here. And then breathe out to drop back down. Let's take it one more time. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower down. Palms wide underneath shoulders. Inhale to lift into baby cobra. Might press down through the finger pads and lift it up into a higher cobra, but keep the elbows drawing in by the ribs. On the breath out, tuck the toes, travel over the knees. Downward facing dog. Take a moment in your down dog. Find a nice comfy distance, shoulders width with the hands, hips width with the feet. Creating this nice triangle shape through the body, drawing the hips up and back, gathering the belly into center. And then inhale to come forward, plank pose. Get long here, shoulders over wrists, heels reach back, crown of head reaches forward, gaze slightly forward as well. And then breathe out, drop the knees, child's pose, sit back. This time on the inhale, come into all fours. Gonna lengthen the right leg back behind you, and then just keep the ball of the right foot on the ground for a moment. You can make some circles, sort of reach back through the heel, get into the Achilles. And your next breath in, come to center, lift your right leg up from the inner thigh, look up, so there's this cow spine happening. And then as you breathe out, bring the right knee out to the right. So you're like opening the hip here. Fire hydrant, I think this one has been called. Breathe in, breathe out, reach the right leg back behind you, cross it over the left, and see if you can even drop your sit bones back as if you're going into child's pose. Look back over your left shoulder towards your right big toe. And then inhale, come back to that fire hydrant situation, open hip. Exhale, sweep the right leg back behind you, crossing it over to the back left corner of the space you're working in. Inhale, open the hip. Exhale, cross it over. Lean back. Inhale, open the hip. This time, even out the weight. So oftentimes we have to shift to the right a little bit. Look to the right, and then lengthen your right leg from the knee joint. Reach through the heel. Now look straight ahead. See if you can lift your left arm out to the left. It's a lot, I know. Core stabilizers. Breathe. And then drop your left hand down, your right foot down right where they are. So you're in a gate pose, sort of tabletop hybrid. Inhale your right arm up towards the sky, get wide across the chest. Then breathe out to weave the right arm underneath you, underneath the left arm, reach towards the left. Inhale to reach your right arm up and back. Exhale, weave it underneath. One more just like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach it up. Arm over the ear. Exhale, right palm down. Tuck your left toes. Lift your left knee. Inhale, sweep your right leg up and back into a three-legged dog. Again, even out the weight here. So you shift typically the weight a little bit to the right. Drop the right pinky toe. Press down through the finger pads. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, knee in towards the nose, shoulders over wrist, press the earth away, find that cat spine. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee, right arm. And then step the right foot outside the right hand. Drop your back knee, untuck your back toes, and then rise up into Anjaneyasana. A little bit of a wider one. And see if you can catch a prayer. Cross your thumbs, left thumb over the right, and then interlace the hands, release just the index finger. See if you can draw the right heel towards the left knee and the left knee towards the right heel, so you're finding a little lift up out of the shape, a little Mula Bandha. And then bring your right palm to your right hip, right elbow reaches back. Take a little side bend to the right. And so your left hip point's wrapping forward and your left shoulder is reaching back. And then switch it out. Left palm, left hip, right arm over right ear, side bend to the left. And then if it's available, you might even tense your left fingertips to the floor out to the left and get even more expansive across the right side waist, right side ribs. So you can lean back into your right shoulder. And then sweep the right arm in front of the face. Bring the fingertips back inside your right foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Inhale here to step the left foot outside the left hand. Exhale, drop your seat. Come into that loose squat. So your toes can be forward for this one. Catch a prayer. And then release the index finger. Inhale, you're going to rise straight up. So it's legs to the max, all the way up to stand. As you exhale, circle the arms back behind you. Find that grip. Inhale, draw the belly in, let your index fingers drip down. Exhale, put a generous bend in the knees. Keep the open heart as you drift the chest towards the thighs, and then fold into yourself, Uttanasana. Release the fingertips to the ground. Inhale, step the left leg back behind you, low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to bring it forward, plank. On the exhale, drop your knees, point your toes, and then your chest and your chin. Ashtanga Namaskar, hug the elbows in. From here, inhale to a cobra. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale to rise up all fours. Lengthen that left leg back behind you. Again, take a moment, bow the left foot on the ground, just feel into it. And then lift the left leg on an inhale, look up. Then exhale, bend the left knee and swing it out to the left. So coming back into that fire hydrant situation. Take a deep breath in right here so you can lift the left knee. And then breathe out, swing the left knee behind the right leg. Slide the left foot as if you're moving through sand or mud towards the back right corner of the room. Look over your right shoulder. And then breathe in to come back to center, open the hip. Exhale, slide it back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, dip back. Inhale, lift up. This time, look to the left. See if you can lengthen the left leg from the knee joint. Reach through the left heel. And then look forward. You might be able to lift the right arm out to the right. And then drop the right palm down, drop the left foot down. Right palm stays down. Inhale, left fingertips to the sky. Exhale, weave the left arm underneath yourself. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, leave it. One more. Inhale. Really get wide. Exhale, weave it. Inhale, lift up. Left arm over left ear. Exhale, left palm to the ground. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee. Inhale, sweep your left leg back behind you. Three-legged dog, even out through the hips. Take a deep breath in as you breathe out, knee to the nose. Lift the back heel, soften the head. Inhale, left leg long. Exhale, left knee, left arm. Step the left foot outside your left hand. Drop your back knee, point your back toes. Inhale to rise up to that wide Anjaneyasana. Find a prayer. Cross your thumbs, release the index finger. So the crossing of the thumbs, by the way, is to help remedy a little bit of the texting thumb syndrome that all of us are susceptible to. See if you can really reach up through the index finger here to lift the ribs up off the waist, but find the left heel reaching towards the right knee and the right knee towards the left heel. And then release the left hand to the left hip, side bend to the left. Stay anchored through the top of that back foot, secure in the big toe mound of the front foot. And then switch it out, right hand, right hip, left arm over left ear, side bend to the right. Might be available to you to reach your right fingertips tented down to the right and get an even deeper opening there through the left side of the torso. Sweep the left arm over your face. Bring the fingertips inside your left foot. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee. Inhale, step your right foot outside your right hand. Exhale, sit low into that loose squat. Find your grip here. Index fingers release. Inhale, press down through the feet. Use the strength of the legs to reach up. Exhale, circle the arms back behind you. Inhale, point the index fingers down. Peel the shoulders back. Exhale, bend the knees. Drift down into Uttanasana. Release fingertips to the ground. Step the right foot back on the inhale. Plant the palms. Step the left foot back to meet it hips high. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale to bring it forward plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. This time on the inhale, you can scoop it forward either into cobra or lift the thighs for upward facing dog, rolling the shoulders back, lifting the heart, energizing the legs. From the belly, Draw the hips up, roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in right here. You can stick your tongue out, lion's breath. Bring your big toes to touch. Know that you can step or walk your feet outside your hands. If you'd like to try hopping, floating them forward. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend and widen the knees. Look forward. Bottom of the breath out. Step hop your feet outside your hands. This time heels out, or heels in, toes out for Malasana. So see if you can draw your elbows into your inner thighs lovingly, creating a little bit of space. A little bit of opening. You might lift the toes. See if you can find a little squeezing and lifting of the sit bones and a lengthening through the spinal cord. Catch your grip right here. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, turn the toes forward. And bring the feet a little bit closer in. And take an inhale right here. So lifting up, rising tall. On the exhale, you're going to keep the arms as they are. Bend the knees, sit bones back. And then you're reaching forward through the index fingers. Energize the inner thighs, knees over the ankles. Swing the arms back behind you. Find the grip. Inhale, index fingers reach back, heart forward. Exhale to fold into yourself, Uttanasana. Going to flow through this a little bit. Inhale, swing back up, find your grip. Exhale, sit low into Ardha Utkatasana. Inhale, swing the arms back. Look forward. Exhale, pour it down, Uttanasana. 2 more. Inhale, swing up to stand. Exhale, sit low. Inhale, just the arms move back. Exhale, fold. Last one here. Inhale, swing it forward and up. Exhale, sit low. Inhale, swing the arms back. Exhale, fold. From here, release the palms to the ground. If you know what it means to step or hop back into Chaturanga, you can do that. Or plank pose. We'll make our way back home to downward facing dog. You find your own way there. All right, inhale to lift the right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot between the palms. Spin the back heel down, and then inhale to rise up, warrior 1. So warrior 1, you want a little bit of a wider stance with the legs. Back toes turned in about 45 degrees. Firm up that back leg. So press the left thigh back, bring the right knee over the right ankle, and then connect to your center. So knit in the low ribs, draw the belly in, and then catch that prayer. Release the index fingers. Inhale right here. Exhale, circle the arms back behind you. Find the grip. Inhale to open it up. Really firm the back leg so the back of the left hamstring touches your index fingers maybe. And then keep that open-heartedness as you pour it forward and down. Humble warrior. You can let your head hang. Even out through the hips, so the right outer hip draws in, the belly lifts up for stability. And then release the palms to the ground, lift your back heel. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Flowing through a vinyasa if you choose, inhaling to plank. Exhale, you can lower anyway. Halfway all the way, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, travel back down dog. Left leg lifts on the inhale. Left foot between the palms on the exhale. Spin the back heel down, right foot in about 45 degrees, left knee over left ankle, and rise up. You want to think about that right hip and that right shoulder wrapping forward a little bit. Find your grip. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, circle the arms back behind you. Find the grip again. Really press the right hamstring into the index fingers. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, slow and steady. Float down into your humble warrior. It's humble, so let your head drop. Let the back of the neck lengthen, but let the belly really draw in towards the spine. So we're finding very much a cat spine here. And then release, palms to the ground, lift your back heel. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, step it back, downward dog. You can take it through a vinyasa. Meeting in down dog. Adding on here, right leg lifts on the breath in. Right foot between the palms on the breath out. Back heel down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Catch your grip. Exhale, circle the arms behind you. Catch the grip again. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, bow it down and in. Humble warrior. This time, circle the arms in front of you. Tent the fingertips about a foot in front of the right toes. And then lift your left leg up from the inner thigh. Take a moment to look back at the left leg. So you want to turn the left pinky toe down. Sneaky there. And then shift a little bit more weight over to the left. And then see if you can lift the left leg a little bit higher as you look forward with your eyes and your heart. It's very open-hearted here. And then drop your left foot down, hips width next to the right. Bring your right toes, right big toe to meet your left big toe. Left hand, left hip, right hand, right ankle. Turn your right toes out about 90 degrees. Lift your right heel and then slide the sole of the right foot up the inner thigh as you come up to stand. So it's tree. Hands on your hips to start. If your foot needs to be a little bit more down towards the ankle, that's cool. We are standing on the left foot now. We switched legs, so note that. Firm up that standing leg. You might, if you feel stable enough, catch your grip here at your heart, releasing the index fingers and reaching them straight up towards the sky. You want to feel that downward current of energy from your hips down the standing leg, deep into the earth, and then that upward current of energy from the hips up through the crown. And then drop your right foot down, hips width distance, next to the left. Inhale, reach up, reach back. Exhale, find that Ardha Utkatasana just like we did before. Shifting the weight into the right foot. See if you can lift the left foot, reaching it back behind you, staying on the ball of the left foot so you're in a low lunge, but with this arm variation here. See if you can get the pinky toe side of the left foot down, right shin forward, left heel back, but keep the lift of the chest up off of the right thigh. And then drop the right palms down, or palms, your right and your left one, downward facing dog. Inhale to float it forward plank. You can take it through vinyasa, whatever's calling to you. Okay, from down dog, lift your left leg up on the inhale. Left foot between the palms on the exhale. Back heel down. Inhale, warrior one, catch your grip. Exhale, sweep the arms behind the back. Inhale here, drip your index fingers down, lift your heart. Exhale, float it down. This time on the inhale, look forward, circle the arms in front of you, tent the fingertips. Lift the right leg from the inner thigh here. So it's a supported warrior three. Look back. Right pinky toe down. Shifting a little bit more weight over to the right side. And then look forward with the eyes and the heart. Wrap that left outer hip in. And then drop the right foot down, hips width. next to the left. Bring your left big toe to meet your right big toe, right hand, right hip, left hand, left ankle. Turn your left toes out, lift your left heel, soft knees as you rise up from the ground into tree. Hands on your hips to start, so take a moment to get the legs situated. Firm up the right thigh, and then you can catch your grip. You might lift it up. See if you can lift your gaze a little bit without lifting the chin. Keep knitting in through center. Keep breathing deep. You're doing awesome. If you fall out, come back. And then drop your left foot down, hips width distance. Inhale, take a little back bend. Exhale, Ardha Utkatasana. Lift the right heel, shifting the weight into the left foot. Gonna sweep that right leg all the way back, landing on the ball of the right foot into that low lunge variation. Left knee over left ankle, right heel reaches back. Reach the index fingers forward. And then drop the palms down. Step back, down dog. You can either stay there, child's pose, or rinse it out. One more round right here. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot between the palms. Back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, sweep the arms behind you. Inhale, heart towards the sky. Exhale, drop your head. Inhale, sweep it forward into supported warrior three. Even out, look forward. Exhale, left foot down, hips width. Right big toe meets left big toe, left hand, left hip, right hand, right ankle. Right toes turn out, bend the knees. Rise up tree. You might be surprised at how it's a little bit more accessible. Maybe. Find whatever arm variation is calling to you on this round. And then step the right foot hips width next to the left. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, Ardha Utkatasana. Shift the weight into the right foot, left leg steps back behind you. Again, get long through the spine here. Find a little lift through the waist. And then drop the left knee down. You can untuck the left toes, and then you'll rise up right into Anjaneyasana. From here, bend the left elbow. So left palm lands behind your heart. Right hand to left elbow, little tricep stretch. Notice if your ribs totally just jutted out here, mine did. See if you can draw them back in towards the spine. Level the chin. You might stay here, this might be enough, or if you would like to go towards Gomukhasana arms, your right arm comes down, your right thumb pivots down towards the earth as well. So there's internal rotation of the right arm, and then you can slide it behind the back. You might grab your t-shirt, or if you have a scarf or your tie lying around, that could be helpful. I like to lock my middle fingers also. See if you can keep finding that Mula Bandha, that pelvic floor lift here, foundation through the lower half as you lean back into your arms. And gently free fingertips to the ground. Inhale right here to look up, peel the shoulders back. Exhale, lengthen the front leg, dig the right heel into the ground as you rock the sit bones back towards the left heel, half monkey. Let's flow through that a few times. Inhale, plant the right foot, look up. Exhale, dig the right heel, rock it back. Two more. And your next exhale, see if you can pause for a moment, curling the right toes back towards your face. And then lift and lengthen the spine. walk your hands back. Stay with me. You're going to turn the left toes just a little bit out to the left. Let your hands help you as you come back to sit. So you're in like a half Virasana, half Hanuman situation. If this is too much for your left knee, you can grab that block or book, or even come to sit on the left heel. From here, you're going to bend the right knee, bring the right heel in towards the right sit bone, and then grab the inner arch of your right foot with your right hand, the outer edge of your right foot with your left hand. So you're crossing the wrists. And then you're just from here going to lean back a tad, and your right heel will lift naturally. And then see if you can from here lift up out of the hips, lift the heart up towards the sky. And you can either hang here, or if you have a little bit more hamstring mobility today, you can reach forward and up through the right heel. If you still would like to go further, bending and widening the elbows out to the sides and drawing the thigh towards the chest towards the thighs. This is Crown Chasana, pink heron pose. And then gently rebend the right knee. Drop the right heel in line with the left knee. Fingertips behind you, thumbs and other fingers out. Scoop the tail underneath you. Inhale to lift up. A little half baby camel. You can let your head hang back. You can stick your tongue out. And then drop your seat down. Lengthen the right leg. Walk your hands forward. Rebend your right knee. And then come back downward facing dog. You can rinse it out. Inhale to lift your left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot between the palms, spin your back heel down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, sweep the arms back behind you. Inhale, open hearts. Exhale, bow it down. Inhale, supported warrior three. Even out, look forward. Step the right foot hips width next to the left. Left big toe to right big toe. Right hand, right hip. Left hand, left ankle, left toes out, bend the knees, tree on your right foot. Externally rotate the shoulders. Find whatever arm variation you're working with. And then left foot down. Inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, Ardha Utkatasana. Shift the weight into the left foot. Right leg sweeps long behind you. Find a little lift of the ribs up off the left thigh. And then drop the right knee, point the right toes, lift up for Anjaneyasana. Bending the right elbow. Catch it with your left hand for a little tricep stretch. And keep drawing the belly in. Maybe left arm reaches out to the side, left thumb down, bending the left elbow behind your back for Gomukhasana arms. Lean back a little bit. And then release the arms, fingertips frame your left foot. Inhale to look up. Exhale to rock back, lengthening the left leg, digging the left heel into your mat. Inhale. Rebend the left knee, look up, exhale, rock it back. Take two more with your own rhythm of breath. And then staying in your half monkey here. Inhale to lift the chest. So you can curl those left toes back towards your head. And then walk your hands back, turn your right foot out just a tad, and then you're gonna come to sit back. So again, doing what you need to do here to be safe in your body. Bending your left knee, left heel towards your left sit bone. See if you can cross at the wrist, reaching around your left foot. And then begin to lean back a tad. Shoulders open, and then maybe reaching through the left heel. So we don't want to be like that in this pose, right? Like super hunched. We want to counter that. So even though there is this like sort of rolling of the shoulders in, we want to as much as possible drop the shoulder heads down, lift through the heart so that we're maintaining a proud chest. See if you can soften the face, take some of the work out the face. And then rebend the left knee, drop the left heel in line with the right knee, tent the fingertips behind you. Inhale to lift the hips, lift the heart, let the head fall, stick your tongue out. And gently drop your seat back down, lengthen your left leg. Walk your fingertips out in front of you. Shift your weight forward again, low lunge on the inhale. Exhale, down dog. You could take it through one last vinyasa. All right, from here, inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale to cobra. And then drop your forearms in front of you here for Sphinx. So palms wide, elbows right underneath the shoulders. And see if you can anchor the tops of the feet, find a little lift and energy through the thighs, and then pull your heart forward. But draw the belly in. Okay, from this sturdy foundation, you're going to turn your left forearm in about halfway. Bend your right knee. Now this might be enough. This might be where you stop. Otherwise, you might play with reaching back for your right ankle with your right hand. Flex your right foot for today. And then press the ankle into the hand, shifting a little bit more weight over to your right hip, looking straight ahead. So you're using a little bit of this like bow and arrow like tension with the ankle and the hand to open yourself up. And then gently release. Right leg down, Sphinx pose. Again, heart forward, but draw the belly in. Right forearm comes in about halfway, left knee bends. Either hang there or reach back for your left ankle with your left hand. Flex your left foot, even out through the hips, even out through the shoulders. Again, lifting through that right thigh as you press the left ankle into the left hand. And then let it go. Sphinx pose. From here, widen the elbows. I'm going to take a full-on locust here. So if you have any low back stuff, just don't lift the legs and the feet, right? So you can stay with that sort of half locust variation that we played with at the very beginning of this practice, okay? So big toe stretch, turn the pinky toe side of the foot down, interlace the hands behind the back. Even before you go anywhere, even before you lift off, roll the shoulders back, release the index fingers. Then inhale to lift the head and the chest, lift the arms, recruit the back muscles, and then if your low back's cool today, you can lift your legs and your feet. Go for length here. So notice any cranking in the neck, right? Long back of the neck. Point the toes, reach through the crown. Plant the belly, one more moment to find a little lift and length. And then let it go, cactus the arms. You can drop one cheek, you can wiggle the hips a little softly right to left. All right, we have one more, so if you'd like to still work on your locust, you can be there. Otherwise, we'll move into floor bow. So bending the knees right away. See if you can reach for the ankles with the hands. Flex the feet for today as well. And then really the momentum is the ankles pressing into the hands. Make sure your knees are also drawing into center to protect them, to lift your chest. So it's all about ankles into hands. Focus more on lifting the chest than lifting the knees. There'll be some natural rocking forward and back with the breath. Drop the opposite cheek. This time you can bend the knees, swing them side to side like windshield wipers. And from here you can roll on over to your back. If you did have a block or a book or something, make sure it's close. You're going to hug your right knee in towards your chest. If it's okay with the top of the left thigh, lengthening the left leg long. Draw the chin in. And then cross the right knee over to the left. Wiggle your hips a little bit to the right, supine twist. You can let your right arm cactus or T. If it's cool with your neck, you can look over towards your right hand. Gently bring it back to center on your next breath out. Right leg long, hug your left thigh in. And then take it into supine twist. Wiggle your hips a little bit to the left as your left knee moves over to the right. And then gently come back to center on your next breath out. Right here, bend the knees, feet on the ground. So if you do have a block or a book, you can place it underneath your sacrum, which is pretty low down your back, okay? So from here you can cactus the arms. So you can stay with your feet on the ground in a supported bridge posture, or bring the knees in towards the chest. Bring the knees into touch, big toes to touch, and then you can lengthen the legs from the knee joint, coming into supported shoulder stand. So if you don't have a block or book or anything, your sacrum can be resting on your yoga mat. That works just as well. The rest and digest pose, helping to ground us back into our hearts. So you can release the jaw, the muscles of the forehead. And really breathe into this pose. See if you can stay for 2 more cycles of breath. And gently bend the knees. Drop the feet wide, back on the ground. Just take a moment in your supported bridge. And then if you have anything underneath your sacrum, lifting the hips a tad to release it. Take a moment here, move the legs long, the arms wide to rest. Inviting a deep breath in to the base of the lungs. And then open your mouth, deep breath out. Gently finding some movement in the fingers and the toes, little wiggle. Even taking a good morning stretch here, so reaching the arms by the ears. You can find that grip one last time, reaching through the index fingers, pointing through the toes. And then bend the left knee, left foot to the ground, bend the right knee, right foot to the ground. Sway the knees a little bit here, right to left, straight to left. And I invite you to roll over to whichever side is calling to you. And taking a moment to land there, fetal position. And then your next breath in, rising up to a seat. Bringing the palms to press straight at your heart center. Feeling any perhaps shifts or changes in the way you sit. And breathing one Om to seal our time. Inhale. Namaste, my friends. Hopefully you can sit up a little bit taller and prouder with your fabulous self. And thank you so much for tuning in and for practicing with me here at Tina Diana Yoga. Please feel free to like this class if you enjoyed it. Leave comments. I love to hear from you. Have a good one.